sense. But soul, your Mamie's hum.
Go now, my brave, for tomorrow I'll come. This night of war will dawn before sun.
Well, I remember her face. A copper glow, like amber rocks, a wealth of warmth, and of her locks. A woven crown in careful ties. Like broodling bear, fur over eyes. Twas silver and grey as armour glow. Last love she saw was you. I know. Love last it was that sent you so.
Remember this. We are a family.
Beyond the pale of Odin's sky live verdant fields of rain and wild, where omen beasts of Alca's lost remember still and tell the ghost. So listen well, envoys of shame, and bear their souls within your frame. Find your spirit your grace renewed, and return to earth her power true. Join us, won't you?
Welcome, Envoys. Hello. I am SmoothOpurrator, and I wanted to do a reintroduction to the Soulframe journey. I've chosen to utilize a brand new account. One of my friends was very, very lovely and gifted me an extra code. So I have already got a main account, but this one I wanted to utilize as a walkthrough, or a guide rather. So this is the starting area of the journey to becoming an envoy. Now, my original plan was to start with the Spirit Pact. This one here is more of, say, like your mage class, and it starts off with the Gwylin casting staff, which is really, really cool. So I just wanted to go through and just give a little bit more of an explanation on the different packs that you can choose as well. This class is very, very good to start off with. You start off with the Gwylin Witching Staff of Alda, and you start with the Pact of Aselda, which is the spirit using pact of the game. It is a very, very powerful starting kit. So essentially with the Pact of the Spirit, it gives you the 3 abilities of Bestone Elder Bloom, which is a very, very powerful healing mechanic, and lastly the Phantom Flock, which is a basically a group or crowd control ability, mostly to start with for a singular target, so very, very useful against, say, like heavy units and bosses as well that you come across throughout Soulframe as well. And Bestone, also a very, very handy tool to use. You cement your enemies to stone for a time, apt to shatter under strikes or be free all the sooner. What that basically means is it's a freezing stoning ability on enemies. If you do a direct hit, it allows you to freeze enemies right in front of you, up to roughly 4 enemies if the AoE hits close enough. And if the enemy is about roughly 50% or less health, you can focus your aim sight, and you can throw a melee thrown weapon or a projectile at their head and they just shatter. Very, very cool. And Elder Bloom is reaping the long-sowed seed of the Elder Bloom, restoring life to all envoys within the puff of pollen. This is a very, very powerful healing ability as well. So this was my original starting kit as well, and I'm really, really glad that I chose it to start with. So I would highly recommend the Aselda, absolutely. Now, we do have the 2 other packs as well. You have Courage and you've got Grace as well. The Grace Pact, this one here starts with the bow, which is Thistle, which is quite a good starting weapon as well. The Rose's Bodkin, giving you access to the faction of the Silent Rose, and the Fiddle Flute, which is relevant to all of the envoys who start their new journey as well. To give you a breakdown of the Pact of Grace, which is called Siren, this one here, really, really nice as well. It has Pitrix Powder, which is a very quick shot move with a bow by itself, or say like an Eldritch bow casting tool. This one just blocks sight from enemies and blinds them for roughly about 2 seconds. Very, very quick to fire off and regenerates really quickly as you level it up to level 30 as well. Trick of the Light. This is a decoy move, drawing enemy fire and exploding when foes get too close. Very, very handy for attacking groups of enemies, and as the game of Soulframe has progressed from Prelude to Prelude, it's now currently in Preludes 10. This is also a very, very quick move as well. The good thing about this one is if you increase your virtue of your stat in Courage, it will give it exponential boost of power as well. And then lastly, Glamour. This is a veiling magic trick, allowing you to transform yourself into a big, beautiful elder moth or night moth, and you can attack enemies from behind. There is a tool within the kit of the Siren Pact which allows you to turn into the glamour mode of the butterfly and sneak up behind enemies and automatically pickpocket from them as well. So this is a very, very cool pact as well, and it's based on the virtue of grace, which is really, really nice as well. And then lastly, we've got the Courage Pact. This one here, very, very cool. I love this music as well. This is the Tethern Pact, or the Pact of Courage, and this allows you to start with the Medallion of Mora, which is the faction of the Kith of Kings as well. Really, really awesome pact. It also gives you a longsword as well, the Wulda, and I'll go through the pact mechanics and magics of this as well. Fellist, really, really quick to cast as well. It's a consecutive melee strikes against accumulative damage against enemies. Really, really strong. So it's a really, really good pact to start with as well. It does give you a lot more flexibility, I think, in melee combat. So you do dish out quite a lot of damage with the Fellist when you first start. With Tethrin, and then with the Call of the Ancients is sing the old war song, attracting attention from nearby enemies and increasing damage and increased defense. This one, very, very cool. You can cast this first and then cast your Fellist. Generally, if you do, say, like a 2-1-3 combo, it will definitely give you a lot of damage output and also give you a lot of damage mitigation as well. And then lastly, you've got Clash. This is a stagger and stun with a little bit of a shockwave, and it increases your defense against stagger as well, which is really, really useful. I would probably say overall, all of the packs are relatively well balanced at the moment. My recommendation, I did start with the Spirit. I found that the Children of Alca were a really, really cool pack to start with, and they give you a really, really good starting kit with the casting weapon of the Gwillin as well. This one is a really, really fun weapon, and it basically minimizes a lot of difficulty with some of the like ghostly form enemies you'll come across, even some of the corrupt enemies such as the mimics as well, and then there's another corrupted enemy as well, the mockeries. My apologies, not the mimics. They're really, really weak against the arcanic damage that this weapon creates as well. I would probably say overall, with the starting kits, don't worry too much about which one you choose to start with, because you do get the availability to switch to a different faction once you've ranked up enough points with the faction tales with your envoy as well. For the purposes of this video and with prior knowledge to Soulframe, I'm going to start off with the Kith of Kings as well. So I'm just going to go through and confirm that one and lock that one in for now. So this is the Preludes 10, really, really cool. Thank you for joining our Preludes journey. Taking heed, young soul, you're entering a primordial world with great tremors ahead. Prelude 10 arrives. Some highlights include the Festival of the Saccade is upon us. Descend into the crypt of the Saccade, a haunted dungeon where the noble once known as the Saccade stirs again. His three souls fractured, Saccade's restless echoes now haunted dungeon beneath Midrath. A second blade now rests at your side. Skilter slings through the air. Nettle of Skelder Flandish make and Vidigrus seeks sacrifice. Sidearms are here. This is a really cool addition to Soulframe and really opens up a lot more flexibility within your playstyle as well. Also, armor now offers real protection. With this update, all helm, cuirass, and leggings pieces now grant defensive stats tied to 3 core damage types: physical, magical, and stability. This is really nice to see that come through. Originally, when I'd first started I believe it was Preludes 8, we still had armor, but we didn't have the flexibility of the physical, magical, and stability statistics. Now that that's been introduced, it's just going to get better and better as time goes on as well. Envoys may now leave proclaimed messages at discovered world trees across Alca. View, commend, and reply to notes left by fellow envoys. Let your thoughts take root. Mockeries murmur. The willow wings adrift. A corrupted slug slithers through the swamps. Something strange is stirring. From the depths of the ickle grave he rises, crowned and seated upon a corrupted throne. The Medican king commands the battlefield with slow, deliberate cruelty. Those stuck by his gaze may find themselves bound to his will. Face him in battle and accept no mercy. He does not fight alone. We hope to hear from you. What are your thoughts, what you love, what you don't, what intrigues, and what makes you sneeze? With love, DE. I've really got to hand it to them. The artwork and the whole entire project of Soulframe from day one when I visited their website, it was just absolutely incredible. So I'm going to be utilizing as much knowledge that I've gathered from my first playthrough so far to just give a little bit more feedback on some of the in-game mechanics and how to kind of just go through the game to when you first enter Midrath as well. Now, do keep in mind when you first enter, your sensitivity of the game is going to be really, really crazy as well. So my recommendation, jump into your settings and adjust to your playstyle as well. Now, I use a little bit more DPI on my mouse as well, so I don't really need a lot of look and aim sensitivity. So I drop those right down myself. Going all the way over to the accessibility panel at the very end, I would recommend enable controller aim assist, and the reason why I mention this is because there are certain weapons in the game that have a little bit of a funky tuning to the aiming or enemy selection tool of the game. So if you're looking at an enemy and it's not quite firing towards that enemy and it tends to be choosing a different I guess item or something that's near you as well, turn this one on. It definitely assists with the aiming of, say, two of the different weapons on the top of my head I can think of would be the Odiak and the Gwilyn staff. So as long as you've got the controller aim assist, very, very handy as well. You can do throw or shoot with melee as well, so I chuck that one on there. For some purposes as well, I do chuck on the Durantopia. It just kind of cleans up the visuals of the game a little bit more as well. You can do, say, preview visual effects intensity, but it doesn't actually give you say like a little demonstration of how that operates as well. But you can lower the brightness and contrast of all the visual effects if you really want to, if you're finding that there's a little bit too much on the screen. But I drop it down to roughly around 30 and kind of adjust it accordingly as well. I would recommend too, just for purposes of if you're playing in squad, reduce your teammate visual effects as well. I find that helps quite a lot. And turning off screen shake. If you get rocked around a little bit by visual effects and stuff, really, really a good idea to take that off as well. And then lastly, with enable HUD motion, I turn that off as well, just so I've got a very static UI basically as well. All of your sound effects as well, I generally look at and think, okay, cool, like what have we got here? Speech volume, yeah, they're usually pretty good. Transmissions, that's pretty much just saying when you're going through, say, like a story or a fable or quest, it's just obviously the sound settings as well. So I drop those down to roughly about 60, and just so it doesn't kind of distract me from what I'm doing as well. Music, sometimes I'll just drop that down a little bit, roughly around 70, just a little bit higher, and then master volume, I just leave as is. Reverb quality, choose your legacy or your advanced, whichever one you choose. And you can use voice channels in game, but as I've come across with most of the other envoys, we generally just use the Discord as well. Moving over to your video as well, you can choose to do show frames per second if you want to. Not a necessity, it's just for if you're trying to engage the frame rates as well of the game. I've got mine roughly set to about the 120 mark, and then with upscaling I do turn on the DLSS as well, and that does seem to help a little bit, and I usually chuck it through as the balanced as well. With your video graphics settings as well, I've got geometry as high, shadow quality I turn very low. I don't think that we can turn that off completely. Texture memories I like to keep high. Particle systems I like keeping high as well for the effects of like spells, etc. And then GPU quality I do drop down to about medium, sometimes low, just to kind of help minimize, I guess, the visual clutter that can happen on the screen from time to time as well. I do have the anisotropic filtering on and the linear filtering as well. With your advanced settings, I do have all of these three turned on. If you like flashy kind of dynamic lighting, go for it. I believe I turn mine off. And volumetric lighting as well, I do maintain, because it is currently tied to, say, like the skybox area, just for like visual effects as well. So I do like to maintain that as well. The SAO quality I keep to roughly around very high or high, and then volumetric fog quality, sometimes I'll drop that down to say like a medium or a low. And then just shifting on down to these guys through here. With your high shader quality, I keep that on. Motion blur, I turn off because it kind of makes me feel sick. Depth of field, it is cool, but it does slow your game down a little bit, so I do turn that off. Distortions, I turn off. Glare, I turn off. Film grain, I turn off as well. Bloom, I do maintain, and that's the intensity of a light's brightness when it's appropriate. With the intensity, I can maintain it roughly around 50, but I generally keep it around like 30, and that seems to be just enough, like just lighting throughout there too. And then lastly, just moving on to the weapon elemental FX, I do keep that one on. Color correction, I do keep on. Contact shadows, I turn those off. Character shadows, I turn off as well. And then sun shadows, you can turn off if you want, but either or, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. And then with the optimized flip model, the experimental, it improves the performance of borderless and Windows display modes, but requires the Windows 10. It won't take effect until you actually reset the game. For my purposes, because I do a little bit of control tab sometimes, I do keep it at borderless full screen, so I do have that switched on as well. And then moving into interface settings, cursor sensitivity, you can boost that one up if you want. It doesn't really make too much of a difference. It does kind of speed up the reticle movement for your quick wheel that you do have access to. I don't turn on the acceleration, and the magnetism I generally just keep around 100, and with the HUD I don't really do much else. You can turn off the show teammate names, but if you want to, just for like less visual clutter on that. With your socials, most of the socials I basically just kind of leave. Questions and answers and recruiting chat, I do turn those off because they do ping quite a lot in game. With the notifications, active tabs, active only, I do switch that one on. Profanity, if you don't mind it, you can turn that off, turn it on, it's up to you. And then chat notification, I generally drop it around to about 70. And then lastly, I just like the little yellow smileys as well. Bear with me, I'm just going to say hi to Gemini. Hello! How you going, Gemini? Just running through a tutorial video just on some of the settings that I use, and just doing a chapter 1 essentially of a new Envoy account. One of my friends gave me a code, and I decided to go through and just share a bit of knowledge around Soulframe as well. Moving on to the system settings, I am in the oceanic area of the world, but I generally find that North America is really good for me because the time difference, it's usually a lot busier than the oceanic. And network ports, I generally do keep to the 6.0 or 6.5. You can switch those around if you want to, but I generally just kind of leave those alone. And then enabling the UPnP, I keep that on just to help with getting messages within the game. But then with the enable NAT PnP, I have that switched off. And the IPv6 chat, I don't have that active because I don't actually have that as well. So controller, if you're on controller, move all of these all to your heart's content. I am a keyboard and mouse, tried and true. And with the customized keybinds, I'll just go through some of these as well. I do have a bit of a different setup, and I have had people be like, how do you jump so much so quickly? I put mine jumping mechanic to the mouse wheel down. And then WASD for movement, forward, left, back and right. Toggling crouch, I don't have. Hold the crouch, I have X. I am a left-handed mouse user, by the way. I am not right-handed. I know different people do different things, so I just like to let people know that. And then with the sprint roll, I do have the press to hold basically for shift key on the left hand side of the keyboard. And then for attack, I do mouse button 1, and then melee, throw, and recall, I do 3, which is pressing down on the roller mouse as well. So I find that that works a lot easier for me. With block, that I would really hope to see it gets updated and says block/aim sight. And that is my F key as well, so I can use my pinky if I want to aim sights and then throw my weapon, or throw like a heavy attack as well. Switching weapons, I keep to mouse up. I find that that's a really quick flick of the mouse wheel up, and I can switch my weapons between my primary and my secondary weapon. Soul Steel and Soul Mode, I've got that set to E. This mechanic here is very, very useful for when you do a smite attack. You'll see, I'll showcase that in a little bit with enemies. If you do a hit, sometimes you've got the opportunity for them to start glowing, either red, blue, or green. And you can tap your soul mode key and it will absorb that soul from them, and that can deal damage as well. That will be at a later stage when we get to a certain point, when I go through some of the packs and how they interact within the world, but also with their passives, etc. as well, and their skill trees and their entirety as well. You've got your 1, 2, and 3 keys for your grace ability, your spirit, and your courage as well. I'll go through that momentarily as well. Chat, I just do enter. Sparrow guide, I do the left control, so I'll tap that, snap my fingers, and then Snappy Bird appears and shows me the way, which is great. Level map showing, I go with the tab key. Nightfold, I put into the tilde just up the top. And then with, lastly, the entries. Sorry, I'll just move the chat box out of the way so it's not annoying everyone. With the inventory, I go with the F2 key, and then the journal or fables, I go with the F1 key, and then reverse camera, I don't even touch, and then heal, I've got on the R key, and then consumables, I've put down on the C key as well. So that's a lot of the basics kind of stuff out of the way as well. It doesn't really like me. In control scheme, either reset to default or bind valid controls. Okie dokie. Alright, general category is not bound. Let's have a look. What am I missing on there? Use key. I bind that to Q. Roll, I don't necessarily use. Sprint, and then sprint roll. That one should be sufficient on that one. There we go. So, once that's all set up to your liking as well, if you're trying to find your way through Alca, best way to do your flap, and Flappy Bird will show you the way. And then if you are still trying to find what you're supposed to be doing in the game, just check on your journal and it will show you a fable or a quest that you're supposed to be finding as well. So this one is currently being tracked, and in alignment with the journal, the codex is a super handy tool in game, so keep your eyes on this one. This is basically the collection of information that you collect all the way through your journey, and the more you collect, the more information starts showing up too.
Back to Fen you go.
That voice that you hear is the first ancestor that I'll be showing you guys as well, and you will get a little bit more information around who that will be in this tab, in the ancestors tab. And then you've got your fables. This is the tracking of all of the fables or quests that you complete throughout the game. And then lastly, notes. Notes you can find in and around areas of the world, and it does give you a little bit more log fragmentation as well. And then just going over to the inventory tab, this is your basically everything that you've currently got as well. So as you can see, it pulls up a lot of the statistics of whatever weapon that you start with, the signet leathers, the base armor kit that you start with a physical damage reduction of 5, 0 magic damage, and 5 stability as well. So stability is a mechanic though, where if an enemy continues to hit you, you'll build up a stagger bar basically, and then eventually it'll cap out and you'll get knocked down as well. You do obtain different armors in your journeys along the way, and that can actually increase your stability within the game too. So pretty basic stock standard starter kit, and you start off with some life elixirs as well. As you progress, you will build and craft weapons along the way. Same thing with armors as well. And my biggest recommendation, explore the entire world. There's weapon racks, there's chests, there's Sparrowtail quests, but I'll be showcasing those as I go along as well. You do obtain another elixir type as well, but we'll get to that when we get to that one there. Joineries are an in-game material that you come across from doing multiple different things within the world. These are basically joineries that fuse fragments of weapons together to be able to forge them and create them. They are a time-based item, but in the game we do have something called premium currency, and you do start off with about 100 points of that. So you can save them if you want to, but if you don't, you can actually use them to rush some of the items that you build in the game as well. And then going on to moats, that is a new system that is being revised, and that will be, I think, updated in the new update that's coming through with Soulframe. I don't believe that there's much information on when that update's going to happen, but when it does, definitely let you know. And then moving on to the fragments. Fragments are basically just fragments of weapons that you find in the world. Some of them you only need 1 fragment to craft them. Some you need up to 4 fragments as well. And the best way to obtain these, do your exploration, do your Sparrowtails with your factions, finish all your fables and follow the Flappy Bird. It's generally the quickest way to be able to obtain all of your fragments in the game. And then lastly, you've got miscellaneous. This is basically all of just the other materials that you find throughout the world. You will find one particular material, and that is the pearls in and around the world. And yeah, that's pretty much most of the basics covered at the moment. So I'll take you through and I'll showcase a little bit of the tether impact as well. It's pretty cool. These guys are really easy to take down, very low level. And as you can see, if I use the 1, it applies some like blood kind of thorns on your weapon, and basically you can one-shot most enemies. But considering that those guys are level 1, they're not too difficult at all. Once you've taken those guys down, you can pass into the Nightfold. Before you do that, come over to this area here, and I'll just open my map, and this is what your entire world map will look like when you first start in Midrath. Completely covered in cloud cover. You cannot see anything as well. But you roughly start around this area, about like the north western part. But do come over to this particular hut here, and there is a little stump with a broken statue here. I recommend just activating it, and you've got to do a panpipe song to activate this particular one. So I'll just do that now, and hope you enjoy the cinematic.
Morar's morning. You know that song. Might be hope for our minnow yet. An envoy you'll be. Ah! To practice. A wisp there. Dreary long. Hoping no minnow comes snatching it up. If you're so smart, let's see you use it. Rushed is no way for witches. In the morrow you'll try again. Now, run fetch me some bangle nuts for this cake of yours. Eye on skies, remember. Oh, and happy burn day!
There you go. That's one of the first memories that you can come across within Soulframe as well. You do learn more about that particular aged character as you go along, and there's roughly 2 other stumps similar to that around Midrath that you can find, and very, very cool cinematics as well. The art team have done an incredible job on that one as well. But after you've done that, you can jump into your Nightfold, and this is your hub area of the game as well. And there you go, fragment discovered. That is a fragment of the Juniper Bow, and there are 2 other fragments that you can collect as well. With this particular area, you do come across your ancestors, as I've spoken about before, and there's roughly about 3 of them at the game in the moment, and this is your hub. So starting off with the tent, this is basically going to be visited very regularly as well, and as long as you're not in combat, you can access your Nightfold at any time. It's a really, really cool space. It's beautiful, all set on water as well, so it makes you feel pretty powerful to just walk on top of water as well. This is a world tree as well, and what this will do will give you access to the other world trees within the game, and specifically meaning that you can dispatch a notice or a nice little message to all of the other envoys within the game as well. So if you feel like it, you can jump in and leave a nice little message. You can leave a like as well, which is really cool. Yeah, very, very nice. And we've got a really helpful message by another envoy as well, to type /help in chat to view a list of commands you can use. A particularly helpful one is unstuck, which is extremely true. So you can press the heart button on that one, and you can give a like on that one too. So and you can leave a reply as well if you'd like to as well. But yeah, nice little cool concept that was introduced, I believe, P9 last preludes as well. So yeah, very cool little thing as well. So what you can do is once you jump into your Nightfold, you can come through to your tent as well, and it will give you a little bit more guidance on what to do next, essentially, as well. So there's a few things to note in here as well. Firstly, this is the weapon rack as well. Your arsenal is the bookcase just over there, but this one here, you can click on here, and this is essentially a shop that you can use some of your premium currency to increase your packed capacity by 1 slot for 25 premium currency, and 1 capacity of weapon capacity at 25 premium currency as well. You don't necessarily need to start off and jump the gun and buy these just yet. Only when the game basically gives you a notification and says, hey, you don't have enough space, you're going to have to increase your capacity as well. So this is a really, really nice little tool that was added in, and gives you that capability to purchase those slots as you need. And this is your inventory as well, so you can access all of your virtues, which are your stats. And my courage virtue is higher because I started with the courage virtue, and what that allows me to do is give myself a lot more damage over time. So the more I level, the more points I get to spend within these stats as well, and it also increases your life stat, which is in the center here as well. Going down to the combat arts, as I've started with the long blade, this is the I guess overarching tree of your stats and abilities that you acquire over time. So I could go into those at a later stage, but for now I've got 0 points in the long blade use because I've got no experience just yet. But as you level, you'll start building up these trees and getting different moves, different mechanics, and even smite, as an example, is part of the Wulda or the long sword tree. This basically steals the exposed souls and does massive damage, but it increases the chance to be able to do a critical strike or smite strike against enemies as well. following through with the weapon node, you can obtain new weapons, build them up, and over time, as you do that, you'll increase your rating for your ancestors' bond as well. And once you reach a certain point, it'll allow you to use different items and different weapons at a higher skill level as well. As you can see too, it does give you the rank of it, the experience points. So I'm currently at 0, it's a common rarity. The art is long blade, but the damage is sharp, but its attunement is to courage. And keeping an eye on the attunement of the weapons is very useful for understanding how the virtues, the stats of spirit, courage, and grace interconnect with your weapons. The more courage points that I acquire, and I press the plus sign and add more in, the more damage this weapon will do. And that's generally point for point. But say for example, if you add 5 points, you'll see the attack and the charged attack increase. And then you've also got the stagger amount as well per hit, which is roughly about 20. And then your smite chance for this weapon is relatively low at a 3 and 100 points of hits as well. So moving on to say like your leggings, you can change them. If you don't want to wear pants and feel more comfy, go for it. But you can change your leggings. You can come up to the very top node up here and you can change your face mask, or you can have no mask at all if you wish to. And with your totems, you do acquire different ones as well, and different totems will give you a different stat boost. So with the Medallion of Mora, you get 1 courage point, so that gives me an extra point into the courage tree as well. If I wanted to, I could drop that down to say 10 points, and I could increase and just add 1 extra point to grace and 1 point to spirit as well. And as you can see, if I come back down here, I don't believe it's shifted it fully down from 46 in total for the attack damage, but the lower points that I do and take away, you can see now it's taken it down by about 2 points as well. So but it is good to basically start off with your base virtue stats, the highest that you can relatively go with that as well, because you'll be doing a lot more damage as you're leveling as well. But you do get to a point where you basically get a lot of different weapons within the game. There are magic style weapons as well, such as the Odiak and the Gwilyn staff. Very, very cool, very useful abilities as well, and their skill tree as well is extremely useful as well. You do get halberd or pole style weapons. You've also got your fly blades. They're really, really fun. The short blades, very useful to be honest, and there's a few different types of short blades that you'll come across. The Riv 2 is one of the earliest short blade dual swords that you come across, and they really dish out some pretty decent damage as well, so keep an eye out for the fragments on those as well. And then you've got your sword and shield style as well. These are really fun. There's currently only 2 in the game, the Oran Umber and the Bogan Myrtle as well. One is a courage attunement virtue, and the other Bogan Myrtle is a grace-based attunement as well. And then lastly, we've got the bows. They are super strong, super, like, yeah, I can't fault them. They're super strong. So if you get your hands on a bow, definitely dive into those as well. And I have to admit too, once you fill out and level your bond with your starting pact, they can synergize really, really well with certain playstyles or weapons that you use. The Tethran, applying Fellest to any weapon that you're using, increases its damage and accumulative damage as well. Really, really nice. So I can showcase that once we obtain a different weapon, and that'll be a little while away, but it won't take too long as well. To note as well, you do have the capability for loadout slots as well, which is really, really nice. As you level your envoy, you can see that you start off at a rank 0. You do obtain more loadout slots the higher level you become, and roughly at the moment you've got about 4 different slots as well. and at the moment I've just got the default loadout equipped, so I'll just use that for the tethering pact and what I've got. And once I get a new pact, I can set that load up, and basically it saves all of your setup for that loadout as well. So, and that's the inventory in a nutshell, basically. So once you've hit the nightfall as well, I'm just gonna see where my setting is for sprinting. There we go. I generally put that on mouse 2. I just find it's a lot easier, and yeah, gives you a little bit more movement as well. So there is one setting. Where are we? So there's sprint roll, that one there. Alright, I'll just have to double check to say hold the sprint, turn that off, and then confirm that. So it basically just means you can just click down your mouse button, and then you can just basically run as well. So, and that was a smite. Unfortunately, I missed the opportunity to be able to absorb that soul. But that is a really, really fun mechanic that's been added into Soulframe as well. So as you do come along pathways and going through exploration, you will come across things called world trees as well, and I believe there is one just up here. So for the purposes of this starting and getting to know the world, I will jump up here, and I believe I can obtain this world tree as well. So it says cleanse the corruption. So once you find a world tree, you can see this pronged Ducalic weapon sticking out of it, and just select it and you'll see a cutscene. And voila, that is what the world trees do. Once you heal them, it will open up a part of the map in the world and clear some of the fog there as well. So this is the starting area. So to give you a bit of a rundown of where we started, we roughly started just around here, and that's where the hut we found along the riverside, and we got to see the cutscene of Grandpapa. As you can see, there is I guess a cream white circle. That's basically saying, hey, this is the area you need to come and visit. So my recommendation, once you've done the hut, you've done your nightfall, set yourself up, just follow through the pathway and you'll come across the world tree, or one of many. As you can see, the world of Midrath is quite large as well. So coming back down through here, it's heading through here. If you get lost a little bit, you can actually just do, say, like a right click, and it will drop a marker, or you can drop a pin on controller, and this is the area that you need to come to, basically, and find that. And there you go. I've got another level on the Tethering Pact as well, and if you choose to use Snappy Bird, always use Little Snappy. If he gets a little bit drunk and doesn't really like showing you the way, and you can actually use your compass up the top to see which way that you're supposed to be going as well. To note as well, these guys are, I guess, soul gates, I've called them. These are basically your respawn points anytime that you get downed by an enemy as well. So what they'll do, once you get downed, you appear back here, but you appear in Flappy Bird form, and it'll give you the opportunity to jump off and fly towards back to where you fell down or got knocked out, and you can revive yourself. And that is a timed event as well, so it gives you roughly about a minute to get back to your frame and basically re-heal as well. So I'm just going to take on these guys, and the Sinecure are really everywhere, basically. So these guys are pretty, yeah, not good. The heavier units, as you can see, they can dish out quite a bit of damage, but the ability to block and parry, you do get the opportunity to build out your skill tree eventually as well. And then, as you can see, I just got knocked down. Here's little Flappy Bird. You can jump in and you can press spacebar as for me. It may be a different keybind for you, but that's basically, ta-da, I'm back to 100% health. Very cool. There you go. And yeah, you will find that some of the enemies are a little bit crazy, and they'll basically try to hit you up and yeah, just take you down. And then you get to free some animals too, which is really cool. So, see you, Bambi. Enjoy the forest. What I'll go do, I will go and find our next ancestor, or the very first one that we come across as well. Very eccentric, I would say that. And he does play an integral role of essentially the historian of Soulframe. Very, very cool guy. He does kind of talk in riddles, so some of the stuff that he says doesn't make sense, but he says it really, like, in a weird way, but it sounds cool. So, here we go, he starts talking to you now.
It is hopeless, little one. Hopeless.
So, as you can see, I've come back to this area, and essentially this is the first area that you find your very first ancestor spirit as well. And these guys don't take too much to take down as well. But before I go inside, I did want to touch base on the world motes that you do tend to find around these locations as well. I'll see if there's any around, and I can show you what the soul mode does to interact with those motes, and to decipher the language that's within the codex as well. Also too, you can throw your melee, so if you hold your block button and you press your heavy attack, you can throw and recall your weapon, and it basically will just, yeah, aim and throw your weapon, and it's very, very handy. You can build up a stronger attack with the darker grey bar that appears as well, but because I haven't gotten any of the experience for this particular envoy just yet, it won't show up as well. I don't see any motes around just yet. Only reason being is because I've got to go into that tower, which I'll do in a second. But come over this area here, and there should be another stump with a statue. I'm pretty sure. Yep, there we go. And to note too, if you're trying to find something in the world and it's not really standing out to you, you can press and hold your soul mode key, and it activates a nice glowing animation to show that it's active. If you press and hold it, it will highlight something in front of you. So this is the second Warsong memory. I think it's called Warsong. I'll just go quiet and I'll play the next cinematic for this one as well.
Wolf baits the lamb.
And after watching that cinematic, it gives you the second piece of the juniper bow as well. So there are 3 fragments to it, and this is the quickest way to obtain those. There is one more fragment to find, and recalling a memory as well, but essentially it's just giving us a little bit more of the background of who we are, where we came from, and what kind of happened within our past. Very cool art. Love those cinematics as well. So it's just over, to find this statue is to jump over this area. So it's a little bit more northeast-ish, just in the orchid area, to find that second piece of the juniper bow. And then lastly, the third fragment is probably a lot more east, and eventually I'll get that to you guys probably in the next video as well. But I just wanted to run through and basically give you guys a leg up on the starting area of Soulframe and just getting a quicker kind of juniper bow, essentially, but also knocking out things in sequence, just so it makes your journey a little bit smoother as well. So this is the tower that we need to enter into, and
goddesses, hold us precious points. What soulless fool says a word?
and as you see as well, we've got our ancestor still giving us a little bit of information, talking to us as well. You can jump down there, but there's nothing really down there, so there's no point unless you really want to explore the tower fully as well. These doors, they stay closed, but essentially to find our first ancestor is just behind this door here.
By the mothers divine, and Envoy, the old have burned the great Pensieve's archive. Now words live on in smoke. Perhaps you and I might do something about it. What do you say?
So this is our very first ancestor, the historian Orlick. Very cool, but also uber creepy that he's got a mastermind baby just hanging off his right shoulder. Now, basically what he's saying is, hey, I need something to come and join your story, basically. So he's basically asking you for an item and for you to find it. What you can do is press down soul mode, and you'll see on his scroll here a particular symbol. And if you jump into your journal, it basically says, the last pensive, where lies the spectre's quill? That's what he's asking for. So we need to go find that for him, and then he will join us in our story as well. And as far as I know, he is permanent as well. So he is the historian after all, so he's the collector of all knowledge and all good things Soulframe. Now, there are a few gravestones around here as well, and you can use your soul mode to find them. So there are a few here and there as well. I do believe if you check your map, it's basically saying it's around this target area as well. So I'll just see if I can find this one. Sometimes I do believe it does shift with each journey that you make as well. So we've got the Aska Waru for the fruitless invention of parchment wings. You just get like a little bit tidbits of lore of different characters as well. So for the silence disturbed, that's the message on this one. And then I believe there is another headstone over here, and I believe it's this one. It is not. And you can pick up a few different little bits and pieces of materials along the way. Now, there is another headstone. I believe it may be just outside the area of the tower as well. But once you obtain the quill, just take that back to him as well. I'm going to see if Snappy Bird is going to help me with this one. Alright, so he's saying over this way. So this is the township area that we're near as well. So it does look like that we've gotten close to it. So just following the little icon of where he goes. This one here. So this headstone, or this grave area, is essentially, basically like southish. So just around there. And once you pick this letter or note up, it will show you the quill, and we've just completed the first part of the last pensive, who haunts the tower still. Wonderful. And once you've got that quill, just run back up to the ancestor Orlick and give him his quill back, and we'll watch another cutscene. If you don't want to go upstairs, don't worry about it, just jump through the window. It makes you feel cooler anyway.
I'm mourning the bicameral. My folded spine and sacred bind, my will is signed to you. Linked in blood and cinder.
So now that we've discovered Orlick, it's always a good idea once you meet an ancestor and they say that they've joined you to visit your Nightfold as well. So, and once you add an ancestor to your Nightfold, you'll see a blue glowing star. Just walk towards it and just press select it, and there you go. You get to see the awesome resurrection of an ancestor in your Nightfold.
My sage study here in Fold of Night. So many genius works left half written. There is no future for a pastless people, Envoy. Our minds and shelves emptied. Yes. It seems time at last to finish my book. But what title is worthy of the Orem Canus seal? Enough! All this whispering. I cannot focus on my book.
And there we go. We've obtained a few of the different locations within Midrath as well, and this is the native language of Alca. Once you start obtaining more of the world golden orb wisps, these will start being translated to the readable language essentially as well. As you can see, we've come across two different townships. This is the tower that we just found Orlick at, and this is the township that was close by as well. And this is one of the first entries for the world tree as well. So with each world tree that you find, you get a little bit of lore and a story. And I think there's roughly around 20 of these guys as well. To note as well, if you see these little googly eye creatures floating around, they do sometimes get cheeky and they'll start removing some of the lore that you obtain within the journal as well. So with that, if you do see them, you can click on them and they just disappear. If they're quick, they will absorb a little bit more of the knowledge that you've been able to acquire as well. And this updates quite regularly. So the more you explore, the more information you find. You can see that we've got the locations here. We've got Orlick, the bicameral. So we've got a little bit more lore about Orlick, and deepening the bond with Orlick to learn more. Just meaning the more information you find, the more he's gonna essentially tell you about the world as well. With our fables, we can see that the last pensive, we got a little bit more of a lore dump into there as well. And you can see too, we've got the war songs. War songs is the way to shift the eye color, hair color, and the skin tone of your character, but it does not allow you to change your frame. So you can start with a male frame or a female frame. Once you've selected that, that's set in stone. You can't change that, but you can alter the eye color, skin tone, and hairstyle as well. And then lastly, we've got the Memories of War Songs. These are the two statuettes that we came across before, one at the hut and one at the township near the College of Pensives. These are the two memory recalls, so you can rewatch those if you want to and see the grandpapa. With that, I hope that's really helped everyone who's been watching as well. So that's essentially the first part of the Soulframe Envoy journey as well. leave your likes, leave your comments, sub if you like. If you found this information helpful, I would really appreciate it if you do. I really enjoy putting these videos together, and I am thoroughly enjoying Soulframe as well. So I do have a streaming schedule generally on the weekends at the moment, and as I say, I am based in the Oceanic area, or Australia. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate you guys hanging out, and I hope you enjoy the video. And thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. But for now, I will say ciao. Ciao.